Hi, everyone. I'm Jenny Lynn Wire, award-winning author of Steamy Small Town and Spicy Dark Romance, and your host for this episode of Here for the Romance. I'm so excited to welcome author Airicka Phoenix to the Author Chat today. Airicka is a multi-genre international best-selling author of Morally Gray Men and The Women Who Love Them. She is an avid lover of horror, reading, and coffee. When she's not lost in her own fantasy world, she can be found trying to bribe a demon bird to love her, drinking too much coffee, or binge watching true crime documentaries. Airicka, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I'm Airicka Phoenix. I write dark romance with thorns. It's basically sharp edges with soft centers. My stories tend to live in the morally gray spaces where love isn't always safe and characters aren't always good, and the line between obsession and devotion gets a little blurry.
So, your tagline is dark romance with thorns. So, what made you gravitate toward that darker side of romance? Because, dark romance is huge. I write it. A lot of our, like Chantal Tessier and Rena Kent and all of these other very well-known dark authors. So, it's a really big trope slash genre, depending on what people, tell it. So, what got you involved and interested in that type of trope?
So I've always been drawn to stories that aren't, I guess, afraid to explore the uncomfortable parts of love, the messy, the complicated, the sometimes dangerous edges of it all. Dark romance with thorns felt like the perfect way to describe that balance. There's beauty and vulnerability there, but you might also bleed a little to get that happy ending.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I know that one. Um, so which romance author or which book shaped you the most as a writer?
That is always like my most dreaded question because I'm like, do I have to just name one? I don't think there is just one. It was a mix of authors who I guess they weren't afraid to take risks and like just devastate their characters and their readers emotionally. Like yourself, you were talking about how you're, ugly crying. I'm like, yeah. I love authors who let their characters be flawed, even unlikable at times, but you still root for those characters and the author, and hopefully, they don't leave you devastated in the end. I started off with Nora Roberts, who obviously is a very
Gosh, me
um,
too.
love her
Love.
stuff. Like, just she writes the most phenomenal books. And
Mm.
obviously, she does delve into a dark-ish places.
Yeah, the
But
romantic suspense aspect. Yeah.
yes, she writes it so beautifully. Like her thrillers just like grab you by the throat. And like you cannot stop reading.
And so, is there a particular book of hers that you love?
Um, I love Midnight Bayou. I love Carolina Moon. Like, there's just so many. Like, I couldn't even name one.
Carnal Innocence.
Yes, yes. I think she's her, and I'm gonna butcher this name, so if you're listening, I deeply apologize. But Sherilyn, I think that's how you say her name, Kenyon. Her and Nora Roberts are like neck to neck. I have every book they've ever put out from the beginning of their career.
And Carnal Innocence, the MMC is Tucker. And I named my
Okay.
cow after I had a pet
You
cow.
have a cow?
No, I used to a
Oh,
long time ago, and I named it Little Tucker Red after Tucker from Carnival
I love
Innocence.
that. I love it. Oh, that's um I had a her first book, what was it? It was Irish Thoroughbred, I think. Don't quote me on that. But I became obsessed with Ireland. And I've never been there, but I
Yes.
became like all her books are just very Irish, so I just love. I'm like, I need to go.
Yeah, and it's so weird because I'm Irish American, and so that's why I loved a lot of her stories that when she went to visit Ireland and then she started writing the books about it. And so like in a lot of my books, a lot of my characters are Irish American as well. So that's really cool. We're kind of like twinsies with the romance author that's her favorite.
I love that though, because I feel like she's so well known and yet not well known enough. It's a strange place.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to kind of like story ideas. What sparked your very first romance story idea?
Um, okay, so this is going to be kind of a convoluted answer, so bear with me.
Okay.
My first book was a young adult urban fantasy. And it was because I was so scared of like writing, because I wanted to write what I write now, which is very taboo. It's very forbidden. It's very dark and dirty and raunchy. So I was like, I'm gonna tiptoe in. Young adult was very popular at the time this was back in like 2012. So it's like it's been a while.
Wow, okay.
Um, yeah, like Amanda Hawken just came out, Cassandra Clare just came out. So urban fantasy for YA was huge. So I'm like, you know what? I want a piece of this market. Um, Touching Smoke was the first book I ever wrote, and the book was sparked by, believe it or not, it was a child stroller. It was one of those prams, those very olden, weird prams. Is that what they're
Okay.
called? Prams?
Yeah. Did you see one or did you see a picture?
Yes. No,
Okay.
no, I actually saw this lady pushing this very oldsy time pram up the street, and it was just the strangest thing I've ever seen because you don't usually see those. And in my head, I was like, what kind of baby is that? I know it's a really stupid question, but my brain's like, well,
Baby
what
is
kind of
in
baby
there.
is in what kind of baby is in there? Like, how bougie are you that you got this like fancy pram?
It was really a
And then
Pomeranian if you looked.
they were across the street, and I wasn't going to chase this woman down and be like, wait, let me see your baby. But yeah, from there it kind of snowballed into like this girl who finds out that her mom is keeps moving her. Like they never stay in one place, and she's not allowed to have friends. She's not allowed to talk to anybody. But this whole time she's being followed by this man in a motorcycle and a helmet. She's never seen him, but she's got this weird connection to him. So it's like he never ages. No matter how old she gets, he remains exactly the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and her mom, every time her mom sees this man, she like snatches her up and they start running again. And they go from hotel to hotel, town to town, and they never stop running. And she keeps getting transferred to different schools. And that's basically how that started. It was a pram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I said, it was very convoluted. It makes no sense. But in my head, it's my brain is like a hamster on really cheap drugs. It's just constantly running and it just does what it does.
I always tell people you don't want to see inside my head. It's a scary
Yeah,
place.
it's a
Okay, so
mess.
so is that book or is there another book of yours that you wish readers would take a chance on? And why do you want readers to take a chance on that book? I mean, does it hold a special place in your heart? Is there something in there that's like a personal connection to you, or it could be anything?
Okay, this is a very dangerous question because
Ooh.
I love, okay, I have a series, it's called the Jefferson series, and the first book in the series is Unwrapping Deviance, and I want everybody to read it because and it's not even about the book itself, you need to venture into this town. Jefferson is this very strict, by the book, very beautiful, picturesque Gilmore Girls town where everybody knows each other, they're all in each other's business, but underneath it all is the most twisted and depraved characters. Yes, exactly. And they just get, I don't want to say worse, but they just get gradually more and more forbidden, more taboo. The first one is stepdad and step-uncle. The second one is best friend's dad and her ex's dad. And it just keeps, and then now there's a spin-off, a mini short series of Jefferson After Darks, which is basically exactly what it sounds like. It's just filth.
Okay. So, can you believe that you were actually my very first kind of dark, very spicy author that I've had on the podcast?
Thank you. That makes me feel
Yeah,
sweet.
so I'm checking that box off.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so dark romance has exploded over the years, particularly, with tropes such as why choose and polyamory, motorcycle club, mafia, secret society, dark academia, and erotic romance, which is different from erotica. A lot of people kind of put the two together, but they're actually different because, do you want to explain to readers the difference between the two, like erotica versus erotic romance, or do you want me to just kind of take over?
No, no, go ahead. Go ahead. You're on a roll.
Yeah, so erotic romance is, you know, the intimacy is part of the story, but it's not like wham bam from chapter one, and it's basically all you get throughout the book, and there's barely a little plot. That's erotica. Erotic romance, you actually have a story.
Mhm.
But then you also have the spice scenes. So my question is, why do you think readers love all of these darker tropes? Because you write a lot of them. You listed a few just a second ago.
Yes. So I love this question. I think when I was looking over your questions, I think this one was probably my favorite. And I think it's going to differ from everybody's perspective. Obviously, everybody reads dark romance or what books as a general for varying reasons. For me, I think dark romance gives readers a safe place to explore intense power, control, obsession, vulnerability. I think a lot of, especially right now, there's so much going on in the world. I think, and I know I've spoken to one of the things I think a lot of readers enjoy is that they find comfort in these horrible situations. Maybe they've gone through some trauma themselves, and this is their kind of way of like not really venting, but kind of just kind of taking control of the situation that they were in. And I think that when a reader finds a character that they can connect to in this extreme situation, it like it gives them a I guess a sense of peace, if that makes any sense at all. It gives them a sense of connection, it gives them a sense of familiarity, and I think it gives them back a bit of their own power, if that
And it
makes any
lets them
sense. And
know
again,
that they're not alone,
exactly,
that if the
yes.
author is writing it, the author has probably experienced some aspect of that.
Yes,
And so there is that very personal connection, like, hey, I'm not alone. Somebody else also went through this.
exactly. Especially if they feel like the author is also like in it with them.
Mhm. Yeah, good question. So are there any core themes you like to explore in your books? For example, strong female protagonists. I love my FMC's kick butt,
Yes.
or found family, hurt comfort. What are your main like themes or motifs that you love to explore in your books?
I like a very soft MFC, but very strong in the most unexpected way, if that makes any sense at all. Like I love a kick ass. Like I love oh, am I allowed to swear in here? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Um I love a like a female who is like take charge, like
Mm.
makes the man on his knee kind of situation. But also I love it when they're very soft and they're very sweet and they come off as very dangerous in a very quiet way, if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's you want your FMC to be a dynamic character and not a flat character. And so, yes,
Yes.
she can be strong, but then she also has that vulnerable soft side, like you said. And
Yes.
if they don't have that, then they're just a very kind of flat, they don't change at all kind of character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same. I love giving my FMCs something,
Yeah.
uh, to that they
Especially
have
if
to
they have like
struggle
a bit of,
against.
yes, especially if they have a kind of like a trauma behind them that makes them that way. Like if they're come off right off the bat and they're like kick ass and they know all the guns and they know all the swords and they like there's no give and they're just very rigid no matter how hard the MMC tries to kind of win them over, they're just like absolutely not. I'm like, give the man an inch, just an inch.
I know he's your love interest. Come on. Play with the
I just
man.
real I know. Listen, you and me, we just went through the whole inches and play with him, and I'm like, oh, this is getting into dangerous territories.
So, what do you have in store for your readers for 2026 or beyond? Because we're always looking way
Yeah.
ahead with like our writing, or like if you're going to a book signing, or give us a lowdown.
I have, okay, so I plan out my calendar a year in advance. So I actually have 2027 already in the books, like what books are coming out, what events I'm going to be going. But for 2026, I'm going to the Guelph in Canada book signing in October. I'm very excited about that. It's the first signing I've done in quite a while, actually. So I'm like really excited to meet all the Canadian readers and all the other authors. I don't know if they're all Canadian, I can't say that, But I also have a whole bunch of Jefferson books on the books and a surprise for my readers, which I guess would be kind of exciting to announce it here. I'm working on the Sons of Judgment series. It's my urban fantasy, not the YA one, but the readers have been really excited to finally get the final book. So I have that on the calendar as well.
I'm gonna kind of like do a little divergence here. For because I love asking authors who are already established what advice they would give to newbie authors. So book signings are like a really big thing right now. Authors are all, they're like striving to get invited to the next big thing that's happening. So what would your advice be for an author who has never done a book signing but would like to do it? Because there's a lot of preparation for it. You have to get like swag to give away and the
Yes, so
books, and
much.
a lot of people do special editions just for book signing. So you know um walk a newbie author through that if they're watching this podcast.
This is a very good question. Okay, so I my strongest recommendation, because I actually fell into this trap and it was a disaster. So we see a sign up for an event and we're like, oh, I want to do it. I want to do a signing. I want to sign up for it. And we immediately sign up for it. We don't take into account the time frame it takes to order books, to order swags, to order banners and table runners and et cetera and et cetera, et cetera. We are just like so excited to get this done. And then we realize that okay, this is going to literally cost me thousands of dollars. This is going to cost me months of preparation. Now you're so like fallen into this like loop of like panic, like you can't back out now because you've already signed up. You've probably put down a deposit. And, my word of recommendation is to stop, take a minute, and see if that event is established. Is this their first time in the run? If have they done this multiple times in the past? Are they going to do it for next year? If they're going to do it for next year, my recommendation is wait the year, prep. Take that whole year to buy your stuff, get yourself fully prepared. If you go over and buying stuff, that's okay. Because if you're going to do multiple events, you're going to be ready. And if you want to sell them on your website, you're ready. So you always have that bundle all set to go. Don't put yourself in a pigeonhole. If you are someone like me who did kind of jump in, like, I'm just going to do this, and then you're like, oh, crud. My recommendation is to brace yourself and not panic. Buy small chunks. Don't overwhelm yourself. Buy maybe 4 books at a time. Buy like a handful of bookmarks just to get yourself, go to a printer, a local printer, get it done like locally. Just whatever you do, don't try to take more on than you can chew. As for finding events, Facebook is a gold mine. There's always events happening all the time. Meetup is an app, and you can actually meet other authors locally. You can meet book clubs locally, and they're a fountain of information and knowledge. That's how
I
I
didn't
find
even know
I've
that.
actually
What
made
is
a
that
list.
called?
Meet up.
Okay, I'll get that information from you, and then
MEETUP.
because I'll stick it in the description box with everything else. So if
Yes.
anybody's interested, the information
It's
will be there.
fantastic. But I find that if you go to these like little book clubs, if you go to like what are they called? Bookstores and stuff like, and you just ask them like, hey, do you guys do events? Do you guys know any of any events? Usually somebody knows something. And I have a whole list of people that I randomly enough to. I'm like, hey, have you been to any good book signings lately? Do you know any good conferences coming up? And people in the book community are the most open-hearted, the most generous and kind people in the world. I swear to God. I know not everybody, but the large majority of them are more than happy to help. Even if you message an author like directly and be like, "Hey, do you know any, especially if they're in your area in their city, like, do you know any book signings coming up?" And I bet you anything that author will be like, "Absolutely, here you go," if they
I
know.
mean, even start small. I mean, go to your public library. I know that libraries do like author meet and greets. You have
Yep,
your local Barnes and Noble, you have your local independent bookstore. So even if you don't want to try the big thing, you can start out small and do baby steps and then prepare
exactly.
yourself for the big thing.
Yep, yeah. I've seen authors at signing with like literally 2 books on their table. It's just to get their foot wet. And
Mhm.
it's also good to do the small ones because it builds your confidence. It
Yeah.
teaches you how to approach people, how to talk to people, how to sell your books before you hit a huge venue and there's like thousands of people coming at you.
Yeah. Okay, so I have some just for fun questions.
Ooh, okay.
I've asked this in one other podcast. So because we're dark romance authors, I always want to know, what word do you wish was banned forever from seeing the printed page? Because I have two. One is moist, the other is squirt. Never, ever, ever do I want to see those two words in any type of romance book.
I write
So,
squirt, I'm sorry. Moist, not so much. I don't think I say it very much, unless it's like an actual atmosphere thing. But definitely, I just wrote the word squirt not 5 minutes ago before we answered this call.
oh, oh
I
my gosh.
apologize. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Please don't cut me off. For me, okay, I've only ever seen this once, so I don't know if it counts. And I'm not going to name the author because I don't want to make them feel bad. But it was her dripping tunnel of love.
Hey, let's not.
I want to see that again. I never want to see it again.
No, no, thank
Never.
you.
I was like, I opened the book, I go, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just like, ugh. No, okay. I agree with you. Yeah, I'm adding that to the list now with my other two. Um,
It was interesting.
because of your more taboo subjects
Yeah.
that you touch on, do you ever let your friends or family read your books?
This is such a very weird answer that I'm going to give you, so bear with me. So, my family knows I write. My sister is a die-hard fan. Like, she is my biggest cheerleader. She's the one that's lighting that fire under my butt every turn. None of my family know what I actually write, which makes conversations very strange. So, like I said, my sister is very proud of me. Like, she is
Your
the
sister's
most
the only
amazing.
one who really knows, but nobody else
She
does.
has, my sister has no idea what I write, and I've
And they've never
forbidden her
looked you
from
up.
reading it. She has, I don't know, but I've sworn her not to. I've like, don't do it. And she's like, okay,
Okay.
because my sister is very sweet. She's very delicate. Uh, but so it's very awkward. So when I go to see her, we go to a party or whatever, she will immediately grab me. She's like, this is my sister. She writes books. She's an author. She published. She's amazing. You got to like read her books. And they're like, so what should she write? My sister's like, I have no idea.
And then you're sitting there
um,
going,
yes. And then and this person's like looking at me expectingly, like, what do you write? I'm like, well,
hmm.
so but nobody in my real life knows that I write or what I write under. I write under pseudonyms, so like nobody knows who I am. People know that I write, but they
Okay.
don't know what I write. But normally people online all know that I'm like, I write this stuff. I'm getting a little bit better about telling people that I need that I write. And the reason that I'm so guarded when it comes to my genre is like I'm not embarrassed about what I write because I'm very proud about what I write. I'm proud of my work. It's that awkward silence that follows when you're like, I write taboo. I write the girl sleeping with her stepdad, or like she gets frisky with her half brother, or whatever the situation is. There's that weird silence that follows, and they make no eye contact. And I'm like, well, it's good to know you. Bye. But so the people, my mom definitely does not know I write. Like she would be horrified, but if she knew.
So, okay. What is your favorite trope to write? So you've got a whole list of them for your
Yeah,
for taboo, but is there like one that you're just like, yeah, and you get really excited to write it?
so taboo. Definitely the taboo. The more taboo, the better. I don't do the blood relations, but I definitely do a lot of taboo, a lot of step, a lot of very thin gray lines that they're tiptoeing through over.
Stepbrother romance is huge, and
Yes.
the age gap stuff is huge. So, yeah.
Love a good age gap. I love a good age gap. Currently, the book that I'm writing is the best friend of her son and his dad, who is the best friend of her ex-husband. Yeah.
What?
So it's
No,
a two
that sounds like
reverse
fairy cake.
ages. Sorry?
Sorry, I was remembering The Praise by Sarah Kate with
Oh,
her ex's dad is who she
yes.
hooks up with. So
Craving Consequences is her ex's dad and her best friend's dad, but this one is her son's best friend and his dad.
hmm. Some fathers.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a lot of questions.
I love it. Ask away. I love questions.
Okay, so that's your favorite one to write. What is your favorite trope to read? Because a lot of authors, they love to read something completely different than what they write. So are you like that, or do you really stick to you love to read what you write?
I love horror.
Yeah?
I read horror. If there's romance thrown in there, all the better. I don't like gore, but which is ironic because I love Hellraiser. It's my absolute favorite movie in the entire world or franchise in the entire world. And my last book that I just released is a Hellraiser meets Wishmaster in an Edgar Allan Poe retelling. But I love horror. Horror is what I read, it's what I watch, it's my favorite thing in the world. I do occasionally fall into romance. If I have to read one, it would definitely be into the forbidden. Sarah Kate. I love what's it called? What's her name? H.D. Carlton. All the dark, gritty
Really, really
authors.
dark.
Yes.
Yeah, so you said not gore, so you're more of a jump scare girl.
Yes.
Or do you like the I want to be creeped out girl?
Oh, no, 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 creeped out. I
No?
don't like being
Okay.
creeped out. I watched The Human Centipede and I couldn't sleep. It just creeped me out so bad.
Yeah, no,
Um,
not I'm not even ever gonna watch that movie.
oh, it was so
I'm
terrible.
action. You give me action to where anybody's like fighting, and doing like really cool, ninja moves, I'm there. So,
Yeah, no, I don't want them to fight in my horror. I want them to just like trip on their thin air and then get caught. And then my brain, because I write dark romance, my brain's like, why are you running from this masked man? Like, I'm pretty sure he's not gonna hurt you. But he will. Jason will kill you.
yeah, not in your stories though. You're just like, "Nope, girl,
No, no, no.
turn around, go
Yeah,
get
I'm like,
him."
stop running.
Okay, so you can only take one book with you on vacation. So which book are you slipping into that luggage to carry on your holiday? And I know it's a really tough one. It's like choosing children, but you know,
Okay, this is gonna completely throw you off, but it's Demon Road by Derek Lundy. It's a YA paranormal, I think, maybe
okay.
fantasy.
So
But
why
I've
would
read,
that one be your
I
I
don't
can read it
know.
a
Okay,
hundred times, I'm taking it with me kind of book?
I have read it 100 times. I absolutely love it. So there's this character. His name is Greg, and I love Greg, and I just love everything about Greg, and I just want to keep reading his. I Derek Laddie needs to write a book just for Greg because he was the most phenomenal character.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna wrap our little conversation up. Is there anything you want to add for readers? Like newest release? Pick up this book. This
Uh,
is, something that's a must read.
So I'm going to just say that if you want to join me in Jefferson, which I like, doors are open, always welcome. Unwrapping Deviants would be the full series, but if you want to see what the town is actually about, if you join my Substacks, you can get the entire Jefferson library for a paid membership of like $5.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. You can find Airicka Phoenix's books on Amazon and Kindle Unlimited. Are there anywhere else that readers can find your books, public libraries, or are they wide?
They're at, excuse me, they're at libraries. You can, if you're a Canadian, they're at Indigo,
Okay.
or Chapters, if you know them as.
Okay. I will provide links to your website and list some of your newest releases in the description box below. And until next time, happy reading, everybody.
Thank you.